Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Well, hello. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast here. Jay Bird is out sick today. He sent an email. He is going to go see a doctor today, Virginia, at about 3 p.m. to find out what is ailing him.
He's going to see a doctor?
That's what he says.
Oh, it must be real serious.
That's what he's saying.
Usually he waits a couple days, it gets worse, then he finally goes.
Yeah, said he started feeling terrible about 8 o'clock last night, took some meds, slept into about 5:50 this morning, and got up and was like, he just can't swing it. So he's going to go talk to the doc, find out what is going on with him. So
I heard it was bad diarrhea.
That might be, yeah. I don't know if it's physical problems or mental or what's going on, maybe a combination of both. But,
I always like to just put it out there that it's diarrhea, even if it's not.
It's tough. Yeah, if you're going to the doctor for diarrhea, I mean, you're going a lot. It's tough. Well, then, Friday we got cocktails and karaoke, and if your body is trying to fight something off or if you're on meds, now does he have to drink to get to the old city place, Rosemary Square, or can he go there without popping down some adult beverages?
I don't believe he's ever been there without having adult beverages first.
Really? Wow. So he's never seen the glory of City Place with sober eyes?
I don't think so. Not for our events.
Okay.
I think it's just easier, the buildings, it stresses him out. He just likes to get a pop or two in him. And it does make you a little bit more social too. I think
sure.
we all like that feeling of where we're like a little more loose.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with it too. He gets in a better frame of mind to have some fun.
Loosen it up a little bit to be able to perform and do that well. It's called cocktails and karaoke, and that's what we normally do when we're there.
We pre-game slightly. Mm-hmm. Yes.
A few. Does this sound good to you when it comes to alcoholic beverages? Pabst Blue Ribbon is transformed coffee and beer.
Like I had a coffee porter. Oh, you would have loved this place in Buffalo. It was called the Thin Man Brewery.
Okay.
I actually took a picture for you. I wanted to show you. They had a massive selection of beers.
Thin Man Brewery, I'm not buying it. There's a lot of craft beer guys that are not thin.
But
when
scroll
you gug down
through
300-calorie IPAs.
You can scroll through. One of their beers was called "Sorry Folks, Park's Closed."
Okay.
They also had a couple of sours that were delicious.
All right.
They had a coffee porter with coconut in it that I loved. It reminded me a lot of First Snow that Funky Buddha does.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of the, no matter where you go anymore, they all kind of have the same, it's like those hand-painted signs for their beers. And
the Trench beer that Due South does, what is that? Is that a porter or is that a stout?
Mariana Trench, they do. I think that is, I don't know, because I'm not a porter or a stout guy.
I am.
I don't pay attention. You're a stout guy?
I am a stout guy. I love porter. I love stout.
Yeah, so I don't really pay too much attention to what that is. But yeah, I'm not a coffee flavored. I don't get it. But people love it.
I would drink that. When is Pabst going to have it available?
It sounds like pretty soon. It is got 5% alcohol by volume. For an 11-ounce can, they're going to be difficult. We're not going to be 12. We're going to be 11. What? It's only going to be available, limited supply in Florida, Georgia, Maine, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania is where you can get it. And they don't say the exact date it's going to be out, but it's coming.
I will look for that, and I will try it. I will seek it out and buy it.
Yeah, if you like coffee-flavored beer, I guess go for it.
I do.
So there you go. Be able to check that out. How was so you got to a couple craft beer places in Buffalo?
We did.
Is it a fun town? Like if you were going there, would you go there to party? Because I got a buddy of mine and some other friends. I'm not able to make it, but next week they're going to, is it New Hampshire they go to? It's Vermont. It's like one of those places that have got, it's kind of like almost like a barn brewery nestled in the hills, and you take a little bike tours to different breweries, but apparently there's a lot of stuff. They go up there like every summer. It's nice and cool, and they got craft beer everywhere. Is Buffalo one of those cities where you'd be like, let's go take a weekend and just tear up Buffalo?
No.
Not at all, huh?
Short answer,
No.
no. But there are little nooks and places you can go. We ended up in a little area called Allentown, and it was quaint.
Is that the Billy Joel song, Allentown?
No, I think that's Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
But there was the Thin Man Brewery was there, and there was lots of shops and little eclectic little markets and little.
Yeah.
It was cute.
But it's not enough to compel you to be like, hey, you know what? Let's just go to Buffalo this weekend.
Not for what you would be looking for. There's not enough concentration of breweries. I think there might have been maybe 3 or 4. That's not enough.
Yeah.
They also have like wine tours and stuff that you can do, and there's like a wine region. So if someone loves wine, maybe a little bit more appropriate. But for the craft beer scene, I would say it's probably not going to score high on your ratings chart.
Okay.
But the one we did find was phenomenal.
Okay. That's good, though. But yeah, not enough to go.
Not enough.
What I want to put together, this is kind of my idea that I would love to do. And it's a big undertaking. And anytime I have like great ideas and projects I want to undertake, I remember I got to host this damn show. And there's just.
And you have a wife and a family.
Yeah, and there's just no time to do any other project that I ever want to do in life. But I think it would be very cool in some of these great cities like Asheville, North Carolina, Grand Rapids, Michigan. There are towns like that you wouldn't even expect. Denver, Colorado, San Diego, California, even at Kansas City, Missouri with Boulevard. These towns that have got like great bar districts. Nashville would be one, probably even maybe Memphis if you go to the places where you won't get shot. Just even stuff like that where you go in and if you don't know, you drop in and somebody's like, okay, these are the best beers. These are the best breweries. This is a path that you can go on. Here's the concentration. Because when people come to South Florida, and I always love telling them, be like going, okay, if you go here, like if you go to Boynton Beach, there's a concentration of like 3 within 100 yards of each other.
And that's perfect because proximity is crucial.
Right.
You don't want to be traveling all over. Ubers are expensive.
Yeah, because if you go to Miami, if you ever like bar hopping there, they've got, a nice little concentration in Wynwood. But then if you want to go to like MIA Brewing, you're going to Homestead.
Right.
And that's for like one place. Tank Brewing somewhere else, Lincoln's Beard. So you're driving all over the place to make it difficult, but it'd be like nice to jump into. Like when I went to Asheville, like I would tell you, go stay. They have these hotels called A-Loft. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I know A-Loft.
Okay.
I do know that.
So here's my little tip if it comes to Asheville. And I only put in one night to work, so I don't really know Asheville. But we dropped in. We stayed at the A-Loft. It was downtown. And there was, I think Wicked Weed was the name of it. It's one of the big breweries they have there. It was 50 yards from the hotel.
Okay.
And there were like 39 breweries within walking distance.
Wow.
Like Green Man and all these great places. So I would say
39 in walking distance?
They have over 100 in the city.
How did they get you to come back from Asheville?
If I would have known, I'd have been like, we need to be here longer. Like that's why I would go to Asheville for a 3-day vacation where you go and you would really have it all mapped out. You know how I love just synchronicity.
I'm surprised your ass is still not at the A-Loft.
Oh, it's amazing. Well, the A-Loft itself is cool too because on the level they had kind of like a bar that was really badass. And it was this whole thing like people were just chilling all around. They had like a dude just playing guitar. They had pool tables. I'm like, this is badass. Like you could go to Asheville, stay at the A-Loft and be like, I actually had a pretty good time. It wasn't bad. But then you step outside, there are breweries all over the place. Like, oddly enough, it's a really cool town. And some of these, like, little cities are kind of getting stuff. I even went it was for a softball tournament, but I went to, where was it in Tennessee? What's it? Chattanooga.
Okay.
Went to Chattanooga. Caitlin had a softball tournament. They had a cool little bar district. I'm like, this is a cool little place. And I don't know if it's enough to go for the whole weekend, but I know the other cities I mentioned, there is. But it'd be nice to have it where somebody's laid everything out. Here's where you stay. Here's how you get here. Here's your transportation. Like, we got the damn good beer bus.
Yes.
You call up Jonathan. He'll take you and your buddies around. Like, you could drop in and stay. Like, I know the especially when they've got great rates.
Yep.
You get a nice cheap room.
In the summer, it is cheaper.
Brian's done a great job with the craft beer they got at the bar there. You would like have that, pop on the bus, do the tour. I mean, there you go. See, that's what I'd love to put together. But I'm like, I don't have time to do this.
Kev's Tours.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, I'd be like a tour guide for beer people. Like in all these like cool ass cities, but I would start with the ones that count because when we were talking about the founders people, they were like, remember they were telling me about how cool their place is that they have there, but then they're like, there's another place that pairs beer with pizza. Ooh. So you have a beer that goes right with the pizza. I'm like, how fun would that be? And it's a sports bar on top of it. Yes. Now that's a fun weekend. Just, when you got nothing going on and nothing's happening in South Florida, be like, yeah, let's just pop off and go see what's going on in a different city.
Every brewery, every place that has craft beer should have sports bar kind of feel and games in it.
Yeah.
That was one of the things about that Thin Man Brewery. So the bottom floor was like the brewery/restaurant. The top floor was all the games, the ones that you love, like the Papa Shot.
That's
they had the
awesome.
skee ball.
Yep.
They had the hockey the game that you play. They had the foosball. They had a pool table. And you could look down and see all the people because there was like
I love that. It's
opening.
people watching, it's games, it's craft beer. That's why I love the Lost Weekend. Yeah, they're bringing one to Boca.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and Meredith said Savannah. Yeah, Savannah's another one of those towns, just a cool-ass town where you can, mix a couple breweries in with, checking out something that's old and cool and just like a great vibe.
I love talking to a local, though. Nothing better than talking to somebody from Savannah who's been to every single one of the breweries.
Right.
And you say,
That's
okay,
it.
give me your top 5.
Yeah, and that's it, where it's like you would have that. Even maybe you had a tour guide that would take you around, but at least you would know. It'd be like going, okay, what a local would know on where to go, what's a good order, what even has like the best beer. Like here, I tell people if you go to Civil Society, get a fresh. If you like the hazy IPA, it's one of the best you're going to get.
It's
South.
Your fave.
You got to get you got to get the caramel cream ale. That's like their signature beer.
And you got to get the BD IPA.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, in fact, I want to say they're going to start shipping that out right now. The BD IPA, the hazy IPA that Due South did for us, my beer. You can get it right now at the Due South Tap Room, but starting tomorrow, you can get it at Brass Tap in Boynton Beach, which I love Brass Tap in Boynton Beach. That is a cool place. I will go there. They got a good beer selection. They got some games. They always have the sports. Their food is really good, too. It's a cool location.
Okay.
So if you've not gone to Brass Tap in Boynton Beach, check that out. House of Brews in Jensen Beach is going to get it. So Treasure Coast, you're going to be able to check out the BD IPA starting tomorrow.
Nice.
The Das Beer Garden in Jupiter in Abacoa is going to have it starting tomorrow.
Nice.
The Park Avenue Barbecue in Palm Beach Gardens is going to have it.
Sweet.
CWS in Lake Worth Beach. CWS is a great, cool-ass place. They not only have a really good craft beer menu, but they do craft cocktails. Ooh. And their food is phenomenal, too. They got that, what is that thing where they take the Brussels sprouts and it tastes like potato chips made out of Brussels sprouts.
Really?
They're unbelievable.
Didn't they flash fry the individual leaf?
Yeah, and then they put like a balsamic glaze on it.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's like one of my favorites. Go there and get, I'm drooling thinking about it. And also,
what does CWS stand for?
Cox with... I have no idea. It's probably really dirty. I don't know.
I hope it is.
That
That will make me like them more.
In fact, I stopped myself because what I was going to say was going to be extremely filthy. Like, I don't need to say that. That doesn't need to come out of my mouth.
We're not even drinking. We're just talking about
I'm
beer.
just filthy. Yeah, I'm filthy sober. And the Cinemark in Boynton is going to also have it.
The movies?
I guess so, which is pretty awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, you go to some of those movie theaters and they'll have 3 or 4 taps of craft beer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so awesome.
We need to go there.
Yeah.
Cinemark in Boynton.
Cinemark in Boynton.
I love it.
It's going to have the BD IPA. That's starting tomorrow. And then there's going to be places rolling out on Friday and Saturday. I'll let you know. And even next week, there's some other places that are going to get it. Like Tucker Dukes, all their locations, I think, are going to be getting it.
Nice.
Yeah, so there'll be some spots down south to get it as well. So when we get to that, I'll definitely let you know. A couple of emails. One about how we found out Crandon Park is the dirtiest beach in South Florida, dirtiest water. There was like 17 days or whatever the number was last year in 2018 where there was so much fecal matter in the water that you could not swim in it. That was number one for South Florida. There were some other beaches, even like Sarasota had a few and all that, but for South Florida, it was number one for us. Alice said probably the reason is under the water there in Key Biscayne, it runs the pipes from the buildings, and those pipes are very old. Some of them have leaks.
Oh.
So some of that sewage goes into the water.
That's It's upsetting.
You're swimming with brickle turds, basically.
Brickle turds, or
Yeah.
are they close to South Beach? At least if they were South Beach turds, they'd be fancier.
Well, and brickle's fancy.
Brickle is fancy, too,
Yeah, you got
but-
high-end turds, so it's,
That's so
They're gourmet
upsetting.
turds, if you can have gourmet turds.
The pipes are old and they leak. Just think about that. The pipe that carries the poo out of your house,
It's rough.
it's old and it leaks. Arrgh.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly. This is about the generous pat down that you had when you're trying to go through TSA, Virginia, and
Yes.
they were punching your cooter.
I basically got a clam slap. It was aggressive.
That's not fun.
It's not when you're, I was not expecting it. I thought I was getting the little wand that they rub on the outside of your clothes. No, she went under my dress.
Yeah, that seems like a little much, and to go up that high too. Now, she said here in the email, I myself work at the Orlando TSA airport. I can very much assure you that our policies are strict. However, there are people out there that do shortcuts, as I've witnessed. The machine you went through doesn't pick up metal in your body, but any abnormalities. Now, there's no one true answer as to why your groin area may alert, as there are a ton of different variables.
I have an abnormal vagina?
Apparently, your vagina is alarming.
That's not good.
The TSA officer should have never gone inside your dress. She should have given you your advisements as to how she will resolve this alarm. This is not only to protect us legally, but to let you know what we will do. For sensitive areas such as the breast, groin, and buttocks, you must use the back of your hands. When you're wearing a dress, you must have to stand more than shoulder width apart and put 1 foot forward, letting the officer check the closest leg, then vice versa. People must understand that we never know who is trying to cause harm to our people and nation. These procedures are here to secure the safety of all passengers. I'm not defending her actions, as she did not follow our guidelines. If I were you, Virginia, I would report it. I say this because I'm passionate on our mission. It's people like her that give TSA a bad reputation. I hope that answers any concerns. I'm sure something as jarring as getting jabbed should never have occurred to begin with.
Now, she did use the back of her hand, so it was weird how she did it. Like, I don't even know if I could duplicate it. Like, she hit my vagina with this part of her hand. The back of, like...
That's where you do a karate chop.
Yeah, she karate chopped
Hey-ya!
my poussoir.
Yes. You could break a board
Hey-ya!
with that.
You could definitely break my clam with that.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it sounds like the people that are responding that even do the TSA say, yeah, she was a little much.
It happened so fast, I couldn't even tell you who the chick was. I don't even know who to report.
Your head was swimming.
I was not ready for it.
Yeah.
After it happened, I felt like some kind of victim.
Yeah, when somebody's punching your beaver, you're probably like a little distracted.
I just didn't think it was going to happen, and I was embarrassed. I felt my whole face go red.
Yeah.
Because as she's like stabbing my clam with her hand, I look up and I catch the eyes of literally like 5 dudes that are just like standing all around, like getting their bags and putting their shoes back on, and everybody's like putting their belts back on, but they're watching.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, now everybody's watching me get this clam punch.
That to me, on top of getting your beef slapped around a little bit, just to have dudes just standing there kind of like watching.
It was aggressive. Let me just repeat. That was the worst part of it. You know, I know maybe they have to rub the area to just see if I'm packing heat.
Sure.
But you don't have to punch my beef.
Well, you got to be gentle when you're around somebody's groin, male and female.
If Panda would have come at the beef that aggressively, business would have been shut down.
Right, yeah.
You don't come at the beef that aggressive.
Ain't nobody going to attack my beef like that.
No.
Not even my damn husband.
He would never. He would never.
He takes care of that thing. He looks after it.
Treats it like a princess.
It's his friend. It's his friend.
Pets it like a ferret. Loves it like a child.
She also wanted to let Jaybird know that, yes, we do have good food selection at the airport. It's good, but overpriced. We got Bahama Breeze, Outback, Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Firehouse Subs, Jersey Mike's, Moe's, Chili, Zara, and your typical fast foods. It's scattered throughout the airport, so it depends upon where you are, but I hope that answers your question. And, by the way, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the food selection was great. I got no problem with the food selection. It was just the handling of my taco.
Yeah, I get it, right. They're rough with yours.
They were fine with the food selection, the tacos in the food court. It's my taco that was abused.
Right. God. Yeah, if it were a hard shell, I think it would be cracked.
Oh, it'd be in pieces on the floor with my pride.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough to go through. Comment for you from Christine and Stewart about Rocco putting the stickers all over the place. You weren't around. Panda was on duty. And she said, Panda should be the one that has to clean this up. If you're the parent on duty, any cleanup or issues fall on you.
I agree. I don't know what happened. There was just stickers everywhere. And I'm like, okay, no one's watching the baby.
Mm-hmm. Engineer Keith has a message for Denny's. He had a buddy that was trying to hit him up, trying to go into the crystals business.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, these new healing crystals. You know, I've heard that's kind of like a lot of people's new religion and everything.
You charge them in the full moon, Kevin. That's how they get their energy for the month.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of people who believe that. I
know.
told you back in my hometown, that's the Satanists would charge their staffs. They had a rock that had a weird juxtaposition, and when it was a full moon, it would typically be facing the moon, would shine right down on it.
That's horrifying.
It was very horrifying. Yeah, I told you at one time we went out there and we were like, touch it, and my buddy, and I shoved him into him, and he fell and knocked him all over. Oh. And then those rednecks with the goat head thing started
chased you?
Yes. And a jacked up pick. It was like a movie horrifying. Holy shit.
Don't play.
I was trying to not let my friend. I was crying. I remember I was on the floor of a minute. I'm
gonna die.
I'm never gonna fuck with the Satanists again.
What have I done?
What
have I done?
I mean, they do that to goats. What are they gonna do to me?
I'm so stupid.
So dumb. Yeah. So they believe in that stuff. He said the placebo is real. If anyone is feeling better because of crystals, it's because it's a placebo. Other than that, there is no effing way that the healthcare system wouldn't be selling prescription quartz for $1,000 an ounce if they were the real deal.
Interesting.
True. And I the thing was, Jay was talking about his insomnia because he couldn't sleep. I'm like, okay, well, that's the case. You talk about how nothing, or at least what you've tried, is fixing your insomnia. You get a crystal, Jaybird, and you strap that thing around your neck and you start sleeping like a baby, then I'd be like, all right, let's look into this.
Yeah.
That would start to get me be like, all right, maybe there's something to it.
Or I think his preferred method, he said he wanted to put it in his butt.
But whatever it takes, yeah. Whatever. I don't know how you'd sleep with anything in your butt.
One with the smooth edges.
Very smooth. Even then, I just think, like, I don't, That's crazy. Yeah, Amanda's asking, that's odd because most Satanists are just atheists. No, it was like they had around it. And in fact, I remember it was kind of odd because there was a girl that I was kind of dating. She's really hot blonde. Melanie Sago was her name, and her brother's name was Bill. And he was one of those people, like those rednecks had gotten him because he kind of lived out that way.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he had some book of Satan or whatever it was, and it had that red pentagram on the front, and they had all this kind of stuff. And
the Devil's Bible?
Yeah, he was, I don't know what it was, and who knows if it was legit, but yeah. I mean, they called themselves Satanists, and, he was of the devil, and I'm like, all right, I didn't want anything to do with it.
No.
So, I don't know what he was, but I know he would wear a lot of black, and he had, like, hoods and all that kind of stuff, so, yeah, I don't know.
Don't mess.
It's just, I think a lot of it's just rednecks, man. They're just trying to
scare you.
I don't know.
They're trying to scare you because they see you're weak.
I was horrified.
They probably looked at you and thought, this is going to be easy.
And I was torn because I really wanted to get in his sister's pants, but then I'd come to the door and Bill would answer, and it'd be like, hey. I was so torn. I was like, part of me was pulled in there to see his sister, and the other person going, he's a Satanist. I don't know. It's like,
what's the pull? The pull for getting laid or the pull for joining the dark side?
It was like just this whole, it was like, gosh, it was just, man, it's young, horny Kev really wanted to be with his sister, but just Bill was terrifying. And you walk in there and his book of devil was sitting there on the counter, and you're like, oh, man.
Your mom would have been so mad if she knew you were in the same room as the book of devil.
Oh, I know, and she wasn't into it. I'm like, well, you're not into this devil stuff, right? She's like, no. She's like, he's weird. Just don't ignore him. I'm like, all right.
All right.
So, yeah, I was actually dating a Satanist sister for a while.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and he would sit there, like she would be doing something, and he'd be sitting there, and he'd just be like staring at me, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't want to know anything about the devil book, but I'm like, I don't know what else to talk to this kid about. He was like the one kid that you'd have that was just quiet, alone to himself. And today he would be that person you'd probably report to a teacher being like, I don't know about this Bill cat.
Something's not right with Bill.
Some of them eyes. Yeah, I'm not feeling Bill. He's got some issues. He would be on the list. Bill would be on the list.
I wonder what Bill's doing today.
Gosh, I don't know.
Do Satanists stay Satanists forever?
I hope it was a phase. I don't know. But, I mean, I know the older Satanists that were out there, the dudes that were chasing us were grown-ass men.
Okay.
Grown-ass men. And I don't know, at that age, because I was
How did you
17.
lose them if they were in a truck and you were in a minivan?
We got onto the main highway, and they started, we started to get into town.
Okay.
Yeah, so they
didn't have the cloak of the woods to protect them.
They were, they pulled up beside us, and the two guys in front, they were screaming. I think the guy in the front pack, I think he was bawling too. We were just, and he was like, and they were kind of leaning over like they're gonna run us off the road. We were shitting our pants. All shitting our pants. Yeah, a friend was having a party that night. We went there and we just, we were all shook. Very shook. Yeah, I'll have to look him up, see what he's doing today. He's probably an accountant or something.
I wonder if he's on Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. You can find all kinds of people from the past on Facebook.
I think I found him.
You did?
I think that's him. I can't tell, though, because it's kind of almost like with the face app. He can't be looking that old, though. Take a look at this guy. It looks like what he might be, but he looks like he's 60. But I don't know. Oh, and it's an obituary.
Oh, did he die?
I don't know.
He can't be 60 if he was your age. How old was Bill?
He was in my class. You have to see if I can.
So he's got to be your exact age then.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. No, here he is. I found him.
Yeah.
He's self-employed.
Shocker.
Okay, come here and tell me with these eyes. Okay, just take a quick look. I think that's him. I think that's what he would be like age-wise.
Oh.
He's kind of got eyes like me.
He's still into the devil.
Oh, he is. He's got all those signs and stuff. He is. Oh my gosh.
He's got an alien on there too. Maybe he's into aliens.
Oh wow. I better stop talking about him.
He's gonna be in your driveway.
He's gonna make a road trip. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think he's still into this stuff. Damn, I'll forget Bill. Let's go find his hot sister.
Yeah.
What's she up to today?
That should have been your first search.
Right. What am I doing? Dang. Okay. All right. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm a dead man.
No.
Let me see. Kaylee from Rockford, Michigan sent this in. Said, I woke my husband up this morning because I was laughing in my sleep. I was having a dream that we were starting a band and we were all sitting around trying to think of a band name. Kevin was eating a salad with huge leaves, and I mentioned that his beady-eyed leaf munching reminded me of a caterpillar. Virginia said there was no way he could turn into anything beautiful and that he was a bad caterpillar. We all laughed at her insult, and we all laughed at her insult and decided that bad caterpillar would be an awesome band name. I personally think Kevin would make for a great caterpillar. Dream Virginia had no idea what she was talking about.
I think you'd be great at anything you put your mind to, Cav.
Okay.
I think if you had the passion to be a caterpillar and your heart told you that was the way you needed to go, I believe you would be the best damn caterpillar out there.
Well, thank you for that positivity, Virginia.
I just believe in you. I believe in you believing in you.
You believe in me believing in me.
You don't settle for anything less than success.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
That's why it's fun to hang around with you.
Gosh, that is such an inspirational note. I appreciate that. All right, and with that, we are going to bounce out of here. We're going to make sure that Bill does not follow me.
You need to...
If terrible things start happening to me, it's got to be some devil curse.
You only said his last name once, so hopefully nobody got it.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to know because there are several guys with his name.
Okay, good.
Hopefully not.
From your town.
All right. We'll see y'all later. Hopefully. I pray.
Hopefully you're here tomorrow and not dead somewhere.
I know.
Shallow grave.
Hopefully Jaybird's with us. So we'll see. We'll let you know. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.